The day has finally arrived. Crossplay for Space Engineers is here, meaning if you're on Xbox or PC, you can now play together inside of Space Engineers. Honestly, this is fantastic news. Hey everyone, my name's Captain Jack and welcome to my channel. Yes, today we're talking about Space Engineers Crossplay. Honestly, I didn't ever think this day would come, and if you asked me quite a few months ago, I'd flat out deny, I didn't think Crossplay was ever going to make it to Space Engineers due to the technical limitations. However, Keen Software House have blown us away with this update, and community crossplay is here. Basically, multiple platforms, one community. This is crossplay between Xbox One and Space Engineers on PC, etc. Let's dive in, check out all the updates, and talk about one controversial decision which is currently splitting the community, and something I feel as a content creator for Space Engineers I do need to talk about. Essentially, this update is crossplay as you see fit. There's a little graphic that went with it. I was hoping we might get clean visors, not the case. But basically, as Marek's blog post says, ever since the initial release of Space Engineers on the Xbox platform, which is about a year or two ago now, honestly it feels so long ago, they've worked hard to provide the best Space Engineers experience for everyone, regardless on the platform, which is true in a sense. Now today's release essentially oversees the gap between PC and Xbox communities, ensuring that every Space Engineer can build, create and imagine with their friends on the platform of their choice. Meaning if you are playing on Xbox One, you should hopefully be able to play with your friends on PC. Now of course, there are some limitations here and some things to talk about which we'll go into now. Other things in this update today include Xbox mods. Yes, that does include some of the mods you see in my series like Conley Lost and on the Space Engineers PC version. Also, Mod.io, which is the Xbox Workshop platform to upload your creations and share them to, is now available on PC. By the way, I've been uploading some of my RWI recreations recently onto Mod.io, so I'll leave some links down below to the workshops where you can find my creations and many other talented builders from the SE community. Oh, and the Space Engineers website has been updated if you care for that. Now, crossplay is a big thing here. Dedicated servers can enable EOS networking and console compatibility. Space Engineers playing on either PC, aka Steam, or Xbox will have access to EOS servers. These new EOS servers will be visible in the multiplayer menu on both PC and Xbox. Now you can filter these servers out in the client join screen. You can switch between Steam and EOS server lists, which is good, meaning you're not locked, specifically to one or the other. You can still have your PC only servers and your Xbox only servers, which is good. I know for the minute my community servers aren't going to be running crossplay compatibility just yet, not until we get around some of the teething issues. However, if you are interested in coming out and trying my free-to-play Space Engineer servers, use the Discord link which is on screen right now and down below in the video description. I hope to see you there. Now, the official Keen Space Engineer servers will stay as PC only. Official Keen EOS Xbox servers are now cross-platform. This is from today onwards, so you can take advantage of those. Now, obviously, this does raise a ton of questions and information, so hopefully, the devs have prepared some information for us. There are some things you can find on the Space Engineers new website to help you out of this change, especially if you're a server admin. Essentially, if you're using the dedicated server config, there is a console compatibility checkbox you can pick to, do things on there, etc. It's something to explore, and if you are hosting your own dedicated server, give it some thought to whether you actually want to enable this. Just take it into account and think about it beforehand. I'm really excited for this. This console compatibility is fantastic. I'm going to quickly talk about mods, then we'll talk about Mod.io and one of the big controversial decisions, which is sort of splitting the community at the minute. Modifications for Space Engineers has been around for quite some time now. Thanks to Steam Workshop, over the last couple of years and almost the total 7 years of SE, we've been treated to a large variety of mods from fantastic, talented creators on the Steam Workshop. I currently love Weapon Core, which is a complete overhaul of Keen's weapon system and introduces a ton of fun, vibrant weapon mods including lasers, railguns, but also we have the more simplistic mods which are basic models like adding in ramps, etc. I love that and I've used it forever. Mods are now on Xbox. How does this work, you're probably wondering? Well, mods for single and multiplayer lobbies as well as dedicated servers are now enabled. However, mods with scripts will not run because, they may require client-side scripts. On dedicated servers, mods with scripts will run, but if they only don't require client-side scripts, essentially, if that makes sense. So worlds hosted on Xbox may contain mods without any scripts. So essentially, if it's a mod of, say, some blocks in it, etc., and just models, that's fine. However, something like Weapon Core, that currently does not work, and this is mainly down to Microsoft and their issues with like scripting, etc., as it can be seen as being an exploit or hacks into their internal systems. There's of course a more complicated explanation you can find out there. That's sort of my TLDR regarding it. However, I think it's a great step forward. We do have some limited mods now available on Xbox. I've recently updated one of my RWI Colony Lost mods, and it's available on mod.io if you want to go and download it. It's some skins and some block models to, RWI up your ships if you want it. I'm hopefully going to be working on some new mods very soon with some talented creators, and hopefully we'll get them on Xbox as well as PC as well, and so you can all enjoy them and have fun. Do let me know what your favourite mod is if you're on Xbox or PC. I'd love to know down below in the video comment section. Okay, let's talk about mod.io and how this is a bit of a controversial decision. Mod.io support for all in-game screens across the workshop is now enabled. Basically, if you're on PC, you can now easy access and better utilize mod.io. Essentially, to upload to mod.io in the past, you'd have to go to their website, download your Steam Workshop creation, so it'd already have to be on the Steam Workshop to then upload it to mod.io. It's a little bit of a hassle, but this new update increases it so you can just upload to both straight away if you want to, which is kind of cool and makes things a little bit more straightforward. However, there is something which is a little bit of a pain in the ass. A decision which is currently splitting the community is now when you log into your PC version of Space Engineers and you press the F10 key to bring up your blueprint menu, which does store your local blueprints as well as ones you've subscribed and uploaded to the Steam Workshop. Essentially, this new menu says, we use Steam and mod.io to support user-generated content in-game. To continue, you must agree to the Steam and mod.io terms of use and privacy policy. Seems fair enough. This is where it gets a little bit difficult. A mod.io account will be created for you to browse, share, and interact with user-generated content using your Steam user ID, display name, and avatar. Well, yeah, that kind of seems interesting. However, you can't proceed. You have to generate a mod.io account by accepting the terms and conditions. It gets a little bit weird here, as a few of us have dug into this and found that basically this menu was designed so you could accept one or the other. You didn't have to accept the mod.io one. A lot of the issues a lot of the community are having right now is you are forced to accept the mod.io terms and generate an account on there. Now, mod.io as a platform is alright. I have my own qualms with it, and the fact it's not fully built to be a community platform. That's besides the point here. This most recent update is added this new TOS screen, which is fine when you think about it. You cannot opt out one of a service or another. You must accept mod.io's TOS to use Steam content. You can't actually bypass this screen, so until you accept both, you can no longer use the Steam Workshop to upload your own stuff, which is a little bit complicated. You also must accept mod.io's TOS to use your own blueprint menu. Keep that in mind, I'll say it again. You must also accept mod.io's terms of service to use your own blueprint menu in-game. This is kind of weird, and personally, players should not be forced to accept the TOS of a service they do not wish to use just to be able to access their own blueprint menu. I'm not sure why Keen have chosen to do this decision, and it is conflicting with a lot of the community right now. Rightly so, a lot of us are being forced to use a platform we don't really want to use. Now, I use mod.io myself, I don't mind it. I mean, I've got my own qualms with the platform as I mentioned. However, some people don't want to use it, which is completely fair enough. It comes down to certain websites. I don't like visiting certain websites, therefore I don't have to. Why Keen have chosen to force this upon players I don't know, I literally have no answer for this. Essentially, this locks out local blueprints, which is kind of a bit of a pain in the backside. Again, not sure why Keen have done this. There is some plugins floating around right now where you can go and find them. I'm not going to tell you where, but you can disable this screen to bypass it, etc. And I hope Keen actually make a bit of a prompt of changing this soon. The game was seemingly designed to support enabling either mod.io, Steam, or both. The UI also magically updates when one of the other is removed. It does not make sense to me why Keen opted to go this way. I was reading a blog post on the Reddit currently, but you get my point. Hopefully Keen remedies this soon so community plugins aren't needed to bypass this screen, as it's a bit of a pain in the backside. I'm not sure why this decision was made, and it's kind of controversial amongst the community right now. Hopefully it's fixed. In the meantime, if you want to continue using both your blueprints, it looks like you are going to have to accept both and have an account generated for you. It's not clear just yet on whether you can actually delete the mod.io account once it's generated for you. Either way, a little bit fishy. I'm not a fan of it. Hopefully it does get fixed. Keen, if you are watching this, a community statement on this would make a lot of sense, and hopefully a bit of an explanation, as I'm sure it'd be appreciated. And of course, back to my point, mod.io FBC, great idea in retrospect. Beside what I just mentioned, you can publish to both and work with both there through your blueprint menu. It's fantastic. You can use it if you want, but just keep in mind what I said previously and what a lot of the community is saying. On a brighter bit of news, the new Space Engineers website is now live. Thankfully, this website has been overhauled. It was previously out of date by about 6 or 7 years. Either way, it's nice to have a brand new website. You can check it out at spaceengineersgame.com. It does look kind of nice, to be honest. I was impressed. I found this the other day, and to be honest with you, it looks a really good website. I mean, whoever got to design it, hats off to them, because it looks fantastic. You can go visit that. There's some guides and stuff on there, support, media, etc. It's a new website for all your Space Engineers needs. Go check it out. It is fantastic to have, as it does look awesome. Couple of Q&As from Mark's blog post you might want to know. Is it possible to use mods from PC on Xbox? The answer to this one is most likely yes. Mods containing just data will work without any changes. Mods or scripts will work on dedicated servers, but only if their code is written server-side only. Client-side scripts will not be executed. In terms of what kind of mods you can expect, anything from skyboxes, animations, planets, asteroids, and other type of visual mods up to LCD scripts, new blocks, and production models. Now, regardless of this, you're thinking, oh, fantastic, I can bring my favorite Steam mod over to the Xbox Workshop on Mod.io. That's fantastic and all, however, keep in mind, please do not re-upload others' works. It's something you should never do in creative communities unless you have permission from the original author. Keep that in mind and check out Mod.io's posting guidelines if you are interested in that. That does bring me to the end of this update video for today. Again, the update is going down rather well. However, it's a bit of a pain with this Mod.io decision right now, and hopefully Keen are actually going to come out and fix it sometime soon. Either way, do let me know what you thought of it down below in the video comment section, as per usual. I'm going to hopefully following us up in next week if Keen actually make a public statement on the Mod.io stuff, in which I hope they do, as it's a little bit of a pain right now. As usual, your comments and always are greatly appreciated. Please do leave them down below. I would love to know what you think, and especially with these troubling times, and updates as well. However, I think we can all agree Crossplay is a fantastic addition to the game. Hopefully it's going to get more people playing Space Engineers. That's what we're here for at the end of the day. Have fun playing. For now, I've been Captain Jack. Let me know what you think of Crossplay, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.